Hello and welcome to another episode of Hooks, Knits, and Dice. I'm Lila Croca. We may have to move the date again for the program because we have games on Wednesdays now. We moved it from Mondays to Wednesdays. And that means that I have to wait for a full week to report on what happens Wednesday nights. So I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna talk about it with my players, our players, I should say, since I'm not the DM. And we'll figure out if I'm going to keep it on Wednesday or just move it to another day, because I always end up recording just before the game, which seems kind of silly, you know. But that's what it is. I am late on publishing my first pattern for the Curvy Hooker. Because of the oral surgeries and other illnesses, I just didn't get around to finishing the pattern in time. And then yesterday I discovered that I had been making it too big to wear, so I had to start over. Fortunately, I'd already written the pattern, so I'm just following the pattern and getting it quickly written up. And I had taken pictures along the way such that it didn't matter what size I was making, because they were just sections of the... I'm making a headband. So I can post the pattern. It won't have the final images in it yet, but when I finish it, then I can update the pattern and people will be able to see it then. Let's see. Because I was not feeling well last week, I went to bed early on Wednesday night, or was it Thursday? It was Thursday, because Thursdays are evil game. No, it had to have been Wednesday, because it's the game we have Yuna in. She only comes on Wednesdays. Yeah, so her character had the choice of turning my character, and another person's character had been turned to stone by a basilisk, I want to say. And she had the choice of paying the temple to get the effects reversed and bring us back to life. However, my character is an overbearing bitch towards her character. She's her aunt. So she's like, I don't know if I want to bring her back. And I'm like, well, you should flip a coin. She flipped a coin. She didn't bring the other guy back. She brought mine back. So, of course, mine demanded that she bring back the other one. And she was like, I don't want to spend the money, because they had paid us for the job that we had been hired to do. And my character basically threatened the girl's life, and so she threw the money and ran, and now she's living out on her own. But I think that while I was under the weather, they gathered the party without me and went off to investigate a mystery, so my character will have slept in, so we'll see what happens tonight with that. That'll be fun. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. Excuse me. This is the headband. It's bigger than it looks because it's all gathered up together. And you can probably see the little bit of blue here that I've started. This is I'm on the 7th row. Yeah, I'm on the 7th row now, I think. Oh, I'm on the 8th row, excuse me. So it'll have the fur on the bottom of the headband, and then a blue band about yay big, and then more of the fur on top. So that'll be really pretty. And then I'll be working on February's pattern. I have my sister-in-law lined up as the model for February, and my daughter will be modeling in March. I'm modeling for January, obviously, and I'm trying to convince other friends of mine and family members to model for me. You can check out the Curvy Hooker and see the general gender-neutral open call if you are interested in modeling for me. It's international. You will have to sign a talent release and send me a photo release if you're not taking the pictures yourself. And you can see all the details on my blog. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, I'm making a present for my niece for her graduation. I picked up an antique, it's a steel spoon covered in silver, and I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera. I cut off the well of the spoon and made a ring in the traditional silver ring style. I can show you how it looks. It's too small for me, of course. back in the day, servants couldn't afford wedding rings, so they would steal their master's silver and have them made into wedding rings. And I have made her a graduation ring. I have an engraving tool, which is possibly, I can show you. Yeah, just a simple engraving tool with some diamond bits. And I am engraving her first and middle name on the front, and on the inside I'm engraving class of 2020. I'm actually going to her graduation this year. It was my understanding that my nephew Tim had graduated last year, so I wasn't aware that he's actually graduating at the same time, because I thought that my sister said he was graduating early, and I mistook that to mean that he was graduating last year. So I might be able to make it to both. I don't know. I'm going to try and get down to Texas after I'm in Idaho. But if their graduations run at the same time, I've already committed to going to my niece's, so I'll just be going down for a social visit or a family visit, whatever you call that. But yeah, I'm going to see and make arrangements for that. I figure I'll either ride the bus down if it's not too long from Idaho to Texas, like the trip from Florida to Idaho is 5 days on a bus. So I don't know how long it'll be to take the bus from Idaho to Texas. Hopefully it won't take longer than a day. And if that's the case, then I'll just bus down there and either stay in a hotel or ask Joe Mama, my stepmom, if I can stay with her for a day or so, and then I'll fly back to Norway from there. And that way I had left some stuff with Joe Mama because it couldn't all fit in my suitcase. It's mostly clothes. But she gave me a teeny tiny teacup and a teacup that's set on a saucer, and I'm hoping to bring those back with me, plus the cherry dress I made and other items of clothing, a jacket of mine, things like that. I also want to hit up like Joann Fabric and Crafts, Walmart, some dollar stores, get some stuff that I can't get easily here and bring it with me. I'm basically bringing 1 week's worth of clothing with me to the US, and that way I can fill the rest of my suitcase with things that I'm picking up while I'm in the US. So, let's see, what else is there? Oh yeah, I want to start a Gothic meetup club, except they didn't like the ages that I had suggested. I wanted 16 and up, and their requirements are 18 and up. So they denied me the creation of my group, and they only gave me a partial refund, and I'm still waiting to hear from them on why. And I'm like, don't think so. If you're not going to let me have my group, give me all my money back. And it's not a big amount. I mean, I paid $122.40. They gave me back $117.01, which is a really odd. Why did they not give me back? I mean, it's just weird the way they did that. So I'm going to try and figure it out. In the meantime, I'll be deciding whether or not to just run a group on my own outside of Meetup, because Meetup is great, you know, for organizing and that sort of thing. But I can use my blog. You know, I can use a blog. I can create a blog specially for the group that I want to put together, and I think I will. And then once I have it organized, I will be advertising it in the newspaper and that sort of thing, get the word out. So it's called Hunifus Gothic Arts. Excuse me. The premise is that I'm looking to meet up with other Gothic artists or admirers of art who are Gothic but aren't perhaps artists themselves. And we will get together twice a month to create art, and I'll have a small membership fee just to cover the cost of food and craft supplies. And then, because we'll be making something together, or sewing, or knitting, or crocheting, or whatever we're going to do together, something with art. And then, once a month, we'll meet up with people who have children. We call them baby bats. And we will meet up at a playground or something where the kids can socialize and the adults can socialize, and, you know, everybody gets some fresh air. Oh my god, fresh air for a goth. No, I'm kidding. And then once a month, we'll do a pub crawl in Oslo. So that'll be a lot of fun. I just have to figure out how I'm going to put it together, because Meetup sucks. But yeah, there's got to be another group out there, or another website out there that I can utilize. And that's all I've got for this episode. My husband just got home, and I will see you guys in the Twitch stream. My brain stopped for a second, but I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.